Hey, what's up, man? So today we got Memoo600 in the building, man. What's up?
How y'all coming now? Y'all know what's going on.
Man, you making big waves out here as usual, man. Doing big things, man. A lot of big news, a lot of big interviews, a lot of big things going on, man. So I got to ask you, Memo, man, what's new with you?
Music. New music on the way. That's all I got for y'all right now. On first. New music, man. That album coming. I can't get y'all everything, though, for sure.
Okay, now what's interesting about you, Memo, is you seem to be a little bit tapped into some of the things that go on social media. I know you're an artist at heart and you like to do your thing out there. But recently, it was like on Reddit or something like that. There was like a little question and answer segment that you hosted yourself. Where did you come up with that idea? And how did that come to fruition?
My manager came over with it actually. Cause they used to always DM me and shit, and I used to ignore their ass. He told me, you should do the question, answer, register shit. I'm telling them, damn, they always DM me. I be ignoring them and shit. So I just did that shit. Shout out y'all Shane Black, y'all know.
Now, what was different about you in there is you were answering questions, some of the tough questions that were coming from a lot of the people in there. You know, they asked you about a lot of things in regards to the Chicago street business and stuff, because the Reddit community, I don't know if you know this, but maybe your manager put you onto this. They kind of help propel Chicago drill rap and that scene. All right, so Memo, what would be your advice to anybody who's going through a similar situation like you went through with your brother Steve?
Shit, just live your life, man. Keep going. Don't let that shit kill you, you know? Everybody gotta die. We on this earth. You gotta make a purpose, you know? Other than that, just stay strong, shit. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm just strong, man, again. That's all.
Now, it's been evident that you've been closely affiliated with this Chicago drill rap scene for a very long time. You know what I mean? You've had some classics out there, a lot of songs that people really, really rock with, and you get your just dues, right? Mm-hmm. But recently, man, there's been a lot of things going on in the Chicago drill rap scene that are outside of the music. And one thing particularly I wanted to ask you about was this Trap Lord Ross documentary. Now, in other interviews, you hadn't seen it yet. Had you watched the Trap Lord Ross documentary about 600? Because
I watched some of it. I didn't get to watch all of it, though. I only watched like 5 minutes of it. Some of it came up.
Oh, for real? You didn't watch the whole 6 hours?
I'm gonna watch it, though.
Now, what's crazy is you're in there a lot. So is they talk about your brother Steve.
I keep saying that shit.
Like, you're in there.
You ain't watching it? Hey, I ain't watching it.
Well, just out of my journalistic I want to say journalistic inquisitiveness, if that's a better way of putting it, I had to watch it. You know what I'm saying? But just because I like the whole hip hop culture and I understand the culture of YouTube and stuff like that. But you were brought up a lot. Your brother Steve was brought up a lot. But I want to ask you a couple of questions from that documentary. But you haven't seen it yet?
No.
All right. So then what we'll do is we'll leave that alone, man. We'll leave that alone. All right, man. So another topic that I want to go into, man. Nah, I respect it, man. I get that. I get that. So, man, let's move on, man. Let's talk about something else that I know you might have an opinion about, man. Now, there's a new rapper from Chicago by the name of Vonoff1700, right?
Yeah.
Now Vonoff1700 has currently been in online beef with Kyro from No Limit, right? They've been going back and forth, back and forth. But first, I got to ask this question. What do you think about Vonoff1700?
He cool. His music cool. Oh no. It was funny too.
Now, did you see anything with his beef with Kyro?
No. Hell no.
Now, they've been going back and forth on social media.
I don't know they playing. They could be playing, yeah.
That's a lot of people's what a lot of people think, man. A lot of people think that this is possibly just publicity or something like that, and they could just be running it up, trying to play the game on social media just to help Von's, name stay a little bit more, out there, a little bit more active or whatnot, man. Now, here's a question. Kyro took to social media and said that Von's label is paying him for the beef. Now, do you think that's possible?
Well, funny as hell, bro. Yeah, they playing with y'all, man. I don't know what they got going on.
Now, what's crazy is it wouldn't be the first time, man, because we know that the public is easily swayed, man. They believe a lot of rumors. They believe a lot of drama because the age ranges from all of this is very wide, man. You got very young, impressionable people who believe this stuff. Then you got people who are older who still believe a lot of it. But has anybody ever came to you personally and asked Memoo600 or Meemo600, hey, man, do you want to do a fake beef for some paper?
Hell no. Hell no, I ain't gonna let y'all special. He gonna get his ass whacked by a fan trying to play. I'm decent. I'm cool on this shit.
Now you've had some widely publicized beefs before. Like you had, or not even beefs. I'm not gonna call it beef. Not a beef. I'm talking about spats online and social media. Because even remember you and Whack 100 were going back and forth for a second there, man. Like some people might look
old school, full school, man. It just missed some stuff.
Yeah, some people might think that things like that aren't real as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like when it comes
to somebody wasn't real, bro?
Okay. Meaning you don't feel like it was like ever really a real situation between y'all. It was just more of a business thing.
It wasn't though.
And that makes sense. But at the time, on what is the app called? Clubhouse. It seemed pretty real to people on Clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like it was real, but to you, it wasn't anything serious, huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now that I cleared the air with the first couple of questions about the Kyro and Vonoff1700 thing, there was another situation. Now, Vonoff1700 seemed to kind of slightly diss you on FYB J-Man's show. Now, what do you think about what he said about you on FYB J-Man?
I talked to him that same day. He cool, folks cool. I ain't even finna let y'all even. He cool, folks. He said what he said because some Clubhouse shit. He cool, though.
So, I mean, the age disparity between you two, you know what I'm saying? The difference is so big, man. And he's such a young cat. In that situation, what do? Do you reel him in and say, hey, man, you ain't got to go that route to do this, young man? Or what do you do? Give him some sort of advice?
For what? For what situation?
I'm talking about when somebody who's young and up and coming in the rap game, obviously they're trying to get some publicity and put names out there or even just speaking their mind, brings you up.
I don't know. I don't know. No, folks feel how he felt because some other shit. I already know, but some Clubhouse shit. Hell no. I don't know. He don't need no advice. He know what he's doing. So, no.
Yeah, his label clearly knows what they're doing, man. So you said it came from some Clubhouse stuff. What do you mean? Like, because some of us might have missed that. What actually happened on Clubhouse?
Y'all just gonna have to miss that. I ain't gonna explain that shit, boy. There's some shit, some little shit, though. My shit, man. Next
okay. Okay. Okay, so man, with that being said, let's just also close out this segment by asking you some other stuff music related, right? So currently, what's your relationship like with OTF?
That's so nice. That's so nice.
Could you? Okay, like, are you guys? Do you still? Are you gonna be doing music together?
Today, my boy Von's birthday. Now y'all know. Long live Leroy, of course. But who to the who?
Now, is it possible that you guys might be doing some music together in the future?
Yeah, we could do something else. I told him, yeah, we could do some music.
Now, dude, what about your relationship with Lil Durk?
That's false. It's gonna always be the same, man. I don't know why y'all keep asking the same shit, different times, different ways, different sizes. Same shit, that's for now.
Yeah, but as time goes by, things change. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know if where it is as far as because you know different rumors spark out there, and it gives you an opportunity to quench those rumors. Because all you say is like you said, you know what I mean? Y'all are cool. That's the team. It is what it is.
Please don't believe the rumors. Rest in peace, the cool book. That's for now. It's for real, boy.
That's crazy. Now, what about the rumors out there that you were having a back and forth with JusBlow?
Man, that's my brother, bro. Man, Blow called me the next day. That's my brother, boy. I ain't no beef.
Now, Memoo600, there was a situation going on social media where it might have looked like you had a beef with one of the OTF members that are currently locked up. Now, a guy by the name of JusBlow, man. Now, between you two on social media, we couldn't get a real gauge about what was going on here and really dig to the root of the situation. So for the record, man, what's going on with you and JusBlow?
Well, my brother, loving the doubt. For no. Will called me the next day, man. That was tweaking type of shit, you know? We ain't never did no shit like that. That's light shit, man, you know? Top that shit out.
I mean, like people say, brothers argue, right?
You can't talk that with your brothers, y'all ain't brothers, for sure.
Now, what led to the situation?
I don't really remember what it was. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was some personal shit we had going on.
Now, currently he's locked up. Are you guys giving him any type of support or reaching out to him while he's locked up?
Yeah, that was not the reason. Hell yeah.
But I say that because we see a lot of rappers they get locked up, and their first some of the first things that they say seem emotional. You know, almost like they're lashing out or whatever, man. So the situation between you and him had nothing to do with any of that. It was just something personal.
Yeah.
So for the record, you and JusBlow are cool. There's no issue.
Yeah, my brother.
All right, Memo, man. So we talked about a lot that last segment, man, but I wanted to go into something different, man, and maybe even something on a more positive note. Now, recently, you, Ruger, and a lot of people have been talking about the fact that you and Ruger seem to be making some ground or breaking some ground with this whole pushing peace movement. First off, first part of the question I want to ask, what do you think about this whole pushing peace, King Yella, FYB J-Man, Ruger, and things like that? You know what I'm saying?
Call him J-Man. FYB J-Man. You say, what do I think about it? I fuck with it, and I fuck with it. You know? Everybody doing their own thing.
Now, as elder statesman in the drill rap scene, do you think it's a responsibility of yours and other older rappers to say, and I'm not calling you old or anything like that because you're all still young, but to kind of start to push the movement into a more positive direction?
Do
you think it's a responsibility of some of the elder statesmen like you, Lil Durk, FYB J-Man, King Yella, and cats like that to push drill rap into a more positive note or try to quell some of the violence?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
So what do you think? So what do you think about people who take those extra steps to do things like that? Say like your King Yella, say like your FYB J-Mans.
Applaud you guys. So applaud you guys. Now you can't do nothing but applaud. Keep going, man. It's about the kids. I tell my ass to those fellas. It's about the youth.
Now, if you were to give a message to the youth, what would it be?
Keep it on you. Don't fuck the bag. Keep up on you and blow that.
Oh, yeah. Yo, wild. Man. So, but on a more positive note, you know what I'm saying? And back to my...
That's positive note right there. Look, self-defense.
Now, back to the original question, you and Ruger seem to really be breaking some ground with this Pusha Beast with a collab song. Are there any chances that we might get a project out of you and Ruger? It seems like you and Ruger are really breaking some ground with collabing for a song. You know, collabing with a song. Is it any possibility we might get a project from y'all?
I don't know. You never know what the world brings. Yeah. Just let this keep spinning.
Now, when it comes to the song, whose idea was it, man? Where did this idea come from?
Y'all will find out when it comes out.
And that was my next question. Like, when is it eventually going to drop? Because, you know, the streets are eager. They're waiting. They want to hear it.
When it come out. No, y'all go do it for... I don't even know all the details.
All right, man. So then let's move on to this, man. Now, you had recently said in another interview that you and Ruger talk every day, man.
God damn.
Now, do you guys still talk every day?
Yeah, that's folks. I'm following.
Okay. Nah, that's what's up. And that's cool because it shows. Do you think that you guys are just stepping out there and setting an example for all the young rappers to let them know that you can really quench the violence, or you can put things aside and really put out a positive image?
Everybody watching, guys. Not just the youth. This shit for the youth, though, for sure.
Yeah, they're the 100% the consumers of all this. They watch the videos, they stay in the comments. The youth drives the culture. There's always been that, especially with hip hop in any shape or form. So essentially, when you're making a message or you're doing something that's a collaboration, that's who you're targeting. There was a picture of you going viral where you were a mascot in high school. Now, do you think having a fun side or being a mascot takes away from points in the streets? You know what I mean?
Hell no, we're out sliding on wheels in that suit. That had costume on photo. Nah, though. You can be who you want to be, gang. Don't let nobody take that away from you.
All right, man. So next, man. There's a lot going on in the Chicago drill rap scene right now, man. A lot of high-profile shootings and senseless violence and things like that. Now, what do you think the cause of turning things back up this summer? Because things have really been crazy in the streets of Chicago this summer.
Well, I don't know. I can't tell you what the cause is. It's kids out here now. That's who doing all the shit. No, I'm just playing. Oh, no, I play too much. Oh, no, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's why I moved it on up to the east side. D-Locks are popping in the sky. You know? I ain't got to worry about shit like that. I'm high the hill. Well, I don't know, guy. I can't tell you.
Oh my God.
Life goes on. Now, do you think there will be some type of resolve, man, maybe? And maybe that cats like yourself could help the situation that's going on?
If I could, yeah, I'll help. Show me how to help it. Show me what I can do to help, but I guess.
If I had those answers, I'd probably be mayor or something myself. You know what I'm saying?
Same with me. But yeah. But it's a way, we just got to find a way.
All right. Now that we talk about some of the things that have been going on recently, man, I want to ask you about a couple of high-profile cats who are really young on the scene, really, really young cats who are really doing their thing and ended up losing their life tragically, right? Now there's a cat by the name of Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Are you familiar with him?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Bloodhound Lil Jeff was seen on a video that went viral, tragically losing his life in a shootout, man. It was a crazy situation or whatnot, man. Now, as far as you're concerned, or as far as you know, what do you think about a situation where you have an up-and-coming rapper like that who loses his life so tragically?
That's not the first time it happened out in Chicago, so I don't know. Rest up to him, his fans, his people, you know. I don't know. Oh. That shit happen every day in Chicago, though, gang.
It seems to, man. But what the shocking part about it is somebody having so much motion and then losing their life in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Now, had you had any experience talking to, or had you ever been around Bloodhound Lil Jeff? Now, with Bloodhound Lil Jeff and Lil Scoom, you know, there's some of the younger up and coming cats, like really, really young, basically look like kids to most people. You know what I'm saying? They're really coming up as your new breed of rappers or whatnot. And their stories take legs and really, really move and travel because of that. Because, you know, similar to your Pop Smokes, similar to your cats who are really blown up like to that level in the game, it all happens at a relatively young age, these tragic stories. So when you hear of a situation like a Bloodhound Lil Jeff, and I'll ask you a little bit in a second about Lil Scoom, what do you think first? Like, what's Meemo600's initial response and thoughts on that?
I don't know. He was young, talented, shit. Still in the trenches, yeah, the man is on, you know? All the advice I can give you is live your life to the fullest, you
Definitely. Now, in part with that, Lil Scoom, okay, there was a situation with the rapper Lil Scoom as well. And he's with Bloodhound and Lil Jeff and those cats. They're on numerous videos that are going viral right now because, you know, it's showing them in their blog, it's showing them doing stuff in the studio, showing them doing all these different things. And he also tragically lost his life in a situation that's been considered widely as a setup, man. Now, what do you think about how that situation with Lil Scoom basically turned the whole Chicago up on social media?
I don't know, shit. You know, Chicago really don't take shit serious all the time, but I don't know. I don't follow it. Just can't trust nobody, gang. That's all I'm telling you.
Now, what's funny is the fact that you said that you can't trust anybody. And also with Lil Scoom, he had a situation where it was reported that he had reached out to his mom that he felt like he was in a situation where it wasn't safe or a situation where it wasn't a good environment. You know what I mean? So with that, do you think it's possible? Like, what would be your advice for anybody who's maybe living that drill rap life or anybody who's even just living the rap life in any city? And they say, yo, they get to a situation where they don't feel comfortable or don't like their surroundings.
Fire that bitch up on Vonoff. Get up out of there. I'm just talking shit, man. I don't know. If you feel like shit ain't right, move around, gang. Don't make it obvious, you know? You gotta know how to maneuver through the trenches and folks. You know?
Nah, I get it.
Find your exit route. Foolio.
Nah, I get it. I get that 100%. But I mean, it was said, this is the story, that he was going to get his hair done and it was with people that he was initially very comfortable with. And then he was essentially backdoored in this situation, man. Is it possible? How do you defeat that? How do you balance trying to be a star, upcoming, trying to get things done like a normal person and preventing the back door?
Easy shit. I watched that before I watched all the other shit you just named. For the music, the fame, all that shit. Watch for that dope. For the credit. Be tweaking.
Nah, that's a good answer. Nah, I hear that. You know what I mean? Because it could be easy to get caught up in being a star. It could get easy to caught up in being a rapper. But you know, once you let your guard down that one time, man, it could be, you know, have horrible consequences. Now, what do you think about the whole situation? I'm gonna leave the name out because it's not been proven, but it was a rumor that somebody had actually set him up and that person was running for their life all over the city or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. You can't just push it on nobody, though. I don't know if she did or not, though. I can't. Probably not. I don't know. There's a lot of innocent people locked up, killed for shit they ain't do, you know? So,
Nah, that's 100% fact.
You just want to watch how you move around everybody going. So, what for no hot too? I was fucking heels and shit.
Now, what do you think about, they have another guy who's from their crew. He was on one of their bigger interviews together, man, with Lil Jeff. And obviously, the Lil Jeff interview went crazy with DJU after his passing. But another guy by the name of Q50. Now, he recently got out of jail, and he dropped his first day out of jail. But he was one of the guys who was obviously around them and in their crew. What would you think about a situation for him going on in the future?
Really go crazy for your own, you know, and the music shit. Take off like they'll take off. So pick up what they left over. I don't know what to tell you. So he called, I was listening to that shit that first day out shit, that shit was decent. So that shit came up past my Instagram.
Now, it's customary for rappers to always drop that first day out, man. How many times have you actually dropped the first day out?
Never. I just got out of jail from Foolio. Hey, what? 2 weeks ago. I just got out of jail. I don't drop that shit. Because I don't like that shit like bad luck, yeah.
Yeah, I could only imagine, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, you wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy, right?
Come back in that bitch. First day out, you might as well make a first day in before you go and tell your engineer to hold that bitch. When they book you, drop that shit. You bad. Yeah, that's James.
Thinking strategic, you know? Thinking strategic. Just in case you get locked again, you know what I mean? Memoo600, man. There's a guy from Atlanta who's really making a lot of headlines lately, going viral and doing things. His name is YSL Woody. Now, YSL Woody, or I think he even cleared it up and said his real, like he wants to be called Lil Woody or Lil Woody. And he's doing some interviews that are going viral. He's doing the 20 girls, one rapper. I know you've done that before. But in this situation, it's different because people initially thought that he was telling on Young Thug. That's what people thought. But it seems like in this situation, he's kind of got favor from the fans. So how do you read this whole YSL Woody or Lil Woody situation?
I don't know. I ain't really too much watched the trial. I watched some of that shit though. Like, you know, I feel like he was trying to get folks out that bitch though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't feel like he was. Now he did get snatched and was talking, but yeah, see that would even sound right. Don't tell him. Yeah, he told both of them.
But we all saw the video. We all saw the video of him in the interrogation room.
Hell to me, gang. That man is hilarious, gang.
And that's a big part of it. He's funny.
I feel like I don't know what he do in the streets. He say he that, you know. I know a nigga, you know. I ain't gonna get too deep in this shit, but he funny as hell though. I ain't gonna lie. Still, I'll be on TikTok around watching his ass. But.
And every time they call him back to court, it gets funnier. Because the last time they called him back to court, he basically told him that he didn't. They asked him if he wanted to go to jail or tell, and he said, "I don't care." You know what I'm saying? Basically, I don't care. Like I don't care about what y'all want. You know what I mean?
Hell nah. Folks funny as hell, man. I be in tears watching his ass, man. Folks.
Nah, he's hilarious, man. So what we'll do is we'll leave YSL Woody alone a little bit, and then we'll get back to some Memoo600. I wanted to go somewhere way different, man, for you, man. Now, do you keep up, or do you ever think about politics?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to politics, man, currently we got an election about to come up. So a lot of people are, man, it's ugly. You know, it's going to get ugly because people are vying for everybody's votes. People are trying to split things down the middle. Either you're this side, you're that side, you're voting here, you're voting there. But it seems like even streamers are getting involved with this. Now, you don't too often see rappers getting too political. I mean, YG did have a song that was very controversial maybe a couple of years ago. And then you've had different songs and things here and there. but getting actually involved with politics, it hasn't really been a thing that a lot of rappers do. You know what I mean? But it seems like this time it might be a little different because you've had the Kamala Harris campaign. They've had Megan Thee Stallion come out to Atlanta there and, really tear it up. She had Quavo on the stage. Then you had Donald Trump, who's had other rappers and like Lil Pump and people like that involved on his side. Now, when it comes to politics and all this social media and stuff like that, what is Memoo600's opinion, you know what I'm saying, about rappers and how they should be involved?
It's just, I think politics is just a legal way to change the world, the country and shit, So I don't really too much be into that shit. I just, cause I don't know, I fuck with Trump though. I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with Trump. He been tweaking lately, saying some crazy shit, but other than that, I don't really too much be into the politics like that, bro.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man, because when you're in hip hop, you kind of see everybody for what they are or what they come as, and then politics seems to fracture people off into these different groups and sections and stuff. But a lot of people are rocking with Trump, man, and a lot of people are rocking with Harris, and it's just an interesting time as far as hip hop is concerned. Now, what's crazy about this situation is recently one of the candidates ended up getting shot. So Donald Trump ended up getting shot at his rally in Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? National news, crazy. The whole world stops because, it's been a long time since an assassination attempt on a president. What did Memoo600 think about that whole situation?
I thought that shit was fake, gang. Yeah, I saw the real shit. Like, that shit probably was set up, though. I don't know. It could have been a publicity stuff. Because I know they ain't letting no get up on him like that. Like, that's too easy. Type shit, So, I don't know where you could go with that situation. But me, I felt like it was some inside shit, probably a publicity stunt, politics stunt,
It was definitely a weird situation because it almost seems impossible to do in today's society where we're seeing they got scanners for all of our license plates. They got scanners for as soon as your car leaves wherever you live, it's being tracked by everything and everybody, your cell phone. And to have a guy climb up on a ladder in the middle of a presidential rally it's pretty crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, just to piggyback off the whole political thing, man, I want to ask you about Aiden Ross, man. Now, Aiden Ross did a stream with Donald Trump, broke all the streaming records, all over 1 million people watching live at one time continuously, which means there was millions of people who were logging in, logging out, and just craziness. You know what I'm saying? CNN reports on it. Everybody reports on it. In that situation, man, what do you think about the Aiden Ross streaming with Trump? Is that a good move or not?
I felt like it was a good move, shit. He being himself, He ain't thinking about what nobody else think about his opinion, That man got the right to feel how he want to do what he want on his shit, Trump gonna get I feel like Trump gonna get the presidential election. You know what I'm trying to say, man?
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And it feels like that because I don't know, man. We foot on, Yeah, foot on the ground. I talk to a lot of brothers. You know what I'm saying? In different walks of life. I got cats that I talk to who are my friends. They work in corporate America. I got people who are into hip hop and into the street, all sorts of right. And one thing I can tell you is a lot of them is rocking with Trump, man. I mean, a lot.
With Trump, though. I ain't gonna lie. That's all.
Okay, this man is gonna sound ignorant as hell, but I gotta ask you this. Does the fact that he's more relatable because of the fact that he's a felon and the fact that he's, I don't know, got 3 baby moms, he's just a different type of person, he's more relatable in those ways, does that affect how you connect with him?
No, I just see a human being, shit, a real human being. The rest of them be acting like bots, like they don't have...
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I get it 100%. And I think a lot of people feel that way, man. You know what I mean?
Ain't problems,
Nah, I hear that. I hear that 100%. Now, also, on top of that, I wanted to talk about the other side of the spectrum. So there was some news that kicked off this week, and y'all, and depending on when this drops, it might be a little, you never know. But Kai Cenat, the other biggest, Kai Cenat is actually bigger than Nathan Ross. He's the biggest streamer in the world. You know what I'm saying? Him and Speed, they're the biggest streamers in the world. They compete for 1 and 2, but it's these two young black brothers doing their thing, right? Kai Cenat was allegedly reached out to by the Kamala Harris camp, and he said he didn't want to do it because he's not into politics. What do you think about a situation like that?
He just big him shit. That's all this shit about. I ain't got to do nothing because it's what's, or it's who it is. I don't want to do it, I ain't into that type of shit.
And I think that's keeping it real with yourself, right?
Really fuck with me, y'all would have reached out and did some other shit instead of the way y'all need me, because y'all know I got a big fan base of the boys,
Mm-hmm.
Something that I don't know. Oh, man.
Nah, I get that. I get that a lot, man. I get that. Now, I wanted to go somewhere totally different.
I'll with Cat.
You talking about Kai Cenat and the AMP?
That's cool.
Yeah, I think, man, those cats are taking over. Him, Duke Dennis, Phantom, all those cats, man, they really, really doing their thing, man.
Got about Duke, yeah. All that's funny as hell.
Hilarious, man. And who are the other cats, man? I get RDC. You mess with him?
Speed, I don't know who the other nigga is. Speed, though. I f with Speed, too. I show Speed.
Yeah. Speed's got that international fan base because, his love for soccer and things like that. But I just like to see them cats doing good, man. It's refreshing to see something so different. All right, so, man, let's go somewhere totally, totally different from where we were just at in the political spectrum, right? I want to ask you about some things kind of close to where you are, man. I want to go all the way to Florida to Jacksonville and maybe even to Tampa because there's some big headlines coming out of there. Rapper by the name of Foolio lost his life in Tampa celebrating on his birthday. You know what I mean? Birthday weekend, trying to turn up or whatnot. And he ended up getting an ambush. But he did a couple things that were out of character for Foolio. Like he never posted where he was at so much in ever. And I watch people's stories. I do this. You know what I'm saying? He had never posted his whereabouts, his location, or anything so much. In that situation, what do you think about Foolio? First off, hold on. This is the best part of it. What are your interactions with Foolio? Because I know it was a crazy situation because OTF, you guys kicked it with Queso a lot. You kicked it with Young and Ace. What were your impressions on Foolio?
He cool. Telmo used to bring him around all the time. He cool.
Oh, really? So you had a relationship outside of that whole situation with Foolio?
No, I just knew him because of Telmo. Telmo used to bring him around. He was cool.
Now, during your times with OTF, you guys did hang out with Queso and Young and Ace and them a lot, though, right?
Sure, I f with Queso folks.
And I'm not trying to put you in their beef at all, so don't get the wrong impression. But
oh no, man, I got.
But with their situation going on in Jacksonville, it seemed to spill over to what led to Foolio losing his life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting it on Young and Ace, obviously. But obviously some of the beefs that Foolio had, all the different distance between back and forth in Jacksonville led to him losing his life, unfortunately, man. Now, in a situation where you're a rapper who's in an ongoing beef, like a real deal beef or whatever, and I know you've been here yourself before, what would possess you to start just posting your location and letting people know exactly where you were?
Because I ain't worried about them. That's why I post my shit up, but I don't know. In his situation, I don't know. It's his birthday. I guess he probably was feeling himself, Supposed to feel like he could do that. I'm with my people should be on point. Shit like that type shit.
Nah, I get it, man. But it seemed like it was the one fatal error in his situation, even according to all the police reports and the documents. And DJ Academics has done a very good job of covering this and reading through the documents and whatnot. And in the documents, man, they basically tracked these cats from going to Jacksonville all the way to Tampa to coming back because of the technology today. You know, they've got license plate detectors, they got license plate readers. Now, you go from one city to the next, you're going to run into too many license plate readers and things like that. But for Foolio, like I talked to King Yella about this as well, and he felt like he thinks that Foolio just was like, had got tired of playing the game, man. Like he had got tired of just doing all the extra things that you got to do to survive in a situation like that.
There's a lot of people get tired of doing that shit. They don't mean crash out for you. Don't Yella don't know what the fuck he talking about, man. Don't listen to Yella. They don't mean crash out because you tired of some shit. And so, no, go harder and fuck.
And I mean, for the outside people looking in, it would seem like a tough balance, man. Like trying to navigate your life in that way to where you can't do normal stuff. You can't post. But wait, hold on. My reply was, as a regular person, I don't post when I'm at some place. Like by the time I post on my personal pages and stuff, like where I've been, it's already a day later. It's already 2 days later. So I couldn't understand somebody in Foolio's situation doing that.
For sure. You're right. Shit. I don't know, gang. I don't know where his mind was at. I can't tell you about the situation. You know, I want that. It ain't me, you know. But me on my head, I be on point security, you know. I don't play.
Now, does that motivate you to to keep staying on point?
Hey, yeah, boy. I be on the toilet on point. I be in the shower on point. I be in the on point on photo. I don't play.
Now, what's crazy about this situation is in the whole tradition of the drill rap culture, as soon as Foolio lost his life, you saw some songs from Young and Ace skyrocket up the YouTube charts. I'm talking about they were going to number one. I don't think I had ever seen Young and Ace trending number one on YouTube, especially for that long. But all the songs that he was dissing Foolio after he passed away, it came out immediately and they were dissing and they were doing well. In that situation, do you think that's a smart marketing thing or a bad thing if anything was ever to blow back?
I don't know. It depends on how his city is. Like if they go up for that type of shit, I f with that do it though. He slapped on that photo.
That's the song that went number one. It was trending for like over a week, right?
That shit hard, for sure. But
now, from a street perspective, would that be wise to do?
Man, Fono did that shit in Chicago for 40 years. That shit, anybody could do it, you know? Ain't nothing. He know what he doing from folks. You see that happen every day in Chicago, though, don't you?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Like Chicago, it happens every day. Same scenario. You know what I mean?
Been dissing a lot because we dissed now. We did some shit. We ain't do shit, you know? Type shit.
Now, what's crazy is they've been back and forth in Jacksonville. But what do you think about like a spawn off of the Chicago drill movement? Like you have your Jacksonville drill movement where they obviously were influenced. You know what I mean? What do you think about that?
You asking me, what do I think about them being influenced over us?
Yeah, it seems like there's influence from the Chicago drill movement in the Jacksonville drill movement. Like, what do you think about that? Do you think it's just a natural progression of drill, or do you think it's as a negative or a positive thing?
Negative, I mean positive, man. I feel like you got killers everywhere, you got drill rappers everywhere, you know? We ain't the only ones, but we definitely had, yeah, we influenced a lot of people, but yeah, they got their own shit going too, though. We learn shit too, though, you know? But,
now, how familiar are you with the Jacksonville drill scene?
not too familiar. I just know them too. They should.
Because weren't Queso and a lot of those guys in some of your videos, like a couple of songs that you guys have had, different things, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you still communicate, or have you ever communicated with Queso or Young and Ace since, those times with OTF? Okay, so you after your relationship, after you left the label, I should say, not your relationship.
I was with them through Vaughn type. So.
Okay.
That's how I met Foolio. They cool as hell.
But you guys all had that song or that video where they were in, and it was you, King Von, Lil Durk, and I can't remember the name of the song, man. I just know that it's widely criticized. You guys all cleared, man. You know what I'm saying? You all cleared on those verses. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of that, man, it just seems like, with the Jacksonville thing, it almost mirrors the Chicago thing a little bit. All right, Memo. So there's been a lot of things going on in hip hop on the wide scene. You know what I'm saying? So you've got your Kendrick Lamar and your Drake situation that took place, and a lot of different other beefs and things like that, man. But one beef that I got to ask you about, because I'm interested in, is Charleston White taking on everybody, man. And recently he took on another social media influencer, kind of like himself, by the name of Tia Kemp. She's got a podcast or whatever. Did you see any of that?
Rick Ross' baby mama, right?
Yeah, Rick Ross' baby mama. You're right.
Sure, I saw that shit. They both funny as hell. They need to do something together.
Now, from your point of view, the Memoo600 perspective, who won that beef?
It was a tie, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. Nah, that's fair. Now, what is your overall, I know your opinions of Charleston White, you've stated in our past interviews, but what do you think about him now, man? Seeing that he's actually built, this multi-million-dollar type of thing from doing interviews and doing comedy shows and stuff like that, man. Well, it's a little different with him now, man. Have your opinions of Charleston White changed?
Hell no. No, I'm cool. He cool. He just doing the regular shit. We gotta be safe out there, man. Charleston White funny as hell, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, in the past, you've gone off on him for, dissing some of your deceased homeboys and things of that nature. But do you think it's a possibility that, how do you view him now? Is it just, you look at him as a comedian as something comical?
Yeah, man. That's what it is. Exactly what it is. So, he funny as hell. That's why I keep saying that. I'm stating. I look at his ass as a comedian.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the funniest people on the internet. And when he keeps it real or has any of his keep it real sessions, you get torn because sometimes, like I was talking to Tay 600 about, or Tay Capone, I should say, is he kind of tries to send a message, but he kind of kills the ant with a bazooka. He goes overboard. Like he'll go, like if you bring something to him and try to challenge him, he's going to go overboard just to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't lying. He definitely ain't lying. He did that shit with me. There's a whole lot of trolling me.
But okay, so what do you think about Charleston White's future in this hip hop atmosphere or whatever?
Like, he could go find the stand up comedy shit, probably be an actor shit. He funny as hell. He remind me of Kevin Hart.
And that's cool because that's different than the opinion you gave before, because before, I think your response was a little bit more emotional because of what he had been saying.
That's all.
Interesting. So, let's go ahead and move over to something else that I wanted to ask you about, was this whole situation with Pop Smoke's killing. So the guy who's allegedly involved, well, not even allegedly, he was convicted for being involved for the shooting of Pop Smoke. He was given juvenile life. Now in California, the juvenile life laws, or some other states, would probably be like, oh man, are you serious? Because you basically, if you're under the age of, I want to say 16 or 17, you do juvenile life, which means you're a convicted felon, and you do life, but it's only until you're 25. And I think they even, for some cases, have moved it back to 21. So you only go to jail for even charges as serious as murder up until the age of 21 or 25. You see what I'm saying? So like, it's not a get out of jail free card, but it's a controversial law in California. So you recently did an interview with platforms like No Jumper and 16 Shot 'em, man. What do you think about a situation like that?
It's crazy, man. I wouldn't be doing no shit like that. So I'll be somewhere laid back, chilling, staying out the way, type shit, That ain't smart. That ain't no smart move. I feel like that wasn't no smart move.
It's a tough one, man, because there's always the potential to earn a lot of money, especially when you're coming home with a big story. You know what I mean? We've seen it with Big Mike from O Block. We've seen it with a lot of cats like that. Now, speaking of O Block, Big Mike from O Block, do you know Big Mike from O Block at all? You've never had any interactions with him ever? Okay. But in those situations, they definitely, there's a bag that's out there. So it's a possibility, and you straight out of jail. So I kind of get his motivation, man.
I ain't no money in the world worth dying for.
It was a very good point. No, it's a solid point.
Take it with you.
You definitely can't take it with you. You know what I mean? All right. So with that being said, what we're going to do is, your interview with FYB, man. I got to ask you about this, man. It seemed like a cordial conversation where you guys threw a lot of jabs and jokes back and forth. And you even had your couples there, man, like your significant others, man, which was an interesting panel to watch. Now, at the time you were dating a young lady by the name of Glizzy Glow, I believe. What's the status of that relationship now?
So it's cool.
So currently you're a single man out here, or is it something you just, leaving on the back burner? Go ahead.
He say leave it on the back burner. Go ahead. I'm bulling how I bull a bull.
Don't tell me Memoo600 is out there in Atlanta a single, man. It might be a dangerous situation, right? No, I'm joking, man.
I'm cool.
Be a superstar rapper in a city like Atlanta, I couldn't imagine. What? Yeah, but let me stop. All right, man. So now, okay, let's do this. Now, with all that being said, Memoo600, we talked about a multitude of things today. We went over several different subjects, talked about things like politics and all that. We talked about all these different relationships and things going on in hip hop. But the gist of this and the basis of this is a hip hop and music platform. So with that being said, go ahead and shout out all your future projects and everything that you got going. Memoo600, the floor is yours.
And I got an album on the way, man, called Lifeless, man. Y'all know, get ready to check that out. I got a collab tape on the way, so I can't tell y'all who that's with. Y'all got to give me like a week. But I got y'all on Foolio. Y'all know what's going on. Big 60, shout out all my people.
All right. So with that, Memoo600, I appreciate you coming out to my platform and blessing it once again. And with that, we out of here. Peace.